welcome back to Midlife Explorer. We're still down in Prince Edward Island. It's the end of our second week on the island and our last day on this side of the island before we head back into Charlottetown for the weekend. So I've decided to head back out and do a quick little ride, a local ride, about 42 kilometers by the time I'm done. So I'm going to head up from where we're staying on O'Keefe Lake, and then I'm going to ride up to the Dromore woodland trails. Now they're hiking trails. From what I can see, it doesn't look like people are actually riding through there, and my experience on the island is if it doesn't say riding on all trails or on trail forks, then it probably is hiking only, because there'll be lots of tree roots and it'll be difficult to navigate. So I'm heading up that way anyway because I'm going to explore the area. If the trails aren't rideable, at least there's lots of dirt roads that we can take a tour of the woodland area. And then from there I'm going to ride across to the Confederation Trail in Mount Stewart, and I will ride down the Confederation Trail back to 48th Road, which is where we left off on our last bike ride. Weather's a little bit inclement today, so it wasn't really a beach day anyway, so a good chance to get out for probably the last ride while we're in PEI. We always bring our bikes down when we come to PEI in summer because there are just so many great places to ride down here. And this area of the island certainly hasn't let us down. There's lots of different areas you can jump on the Confederation Trail, and all those trails eventually lead to the ocean, which is fantastic. So out for a quick ride, 42 kilometers, a couple of hours on this bike. Hopefully the weather gets better because it's a bit blustery right now, but anyway. Planning on getting out and doing some kayaking while I was here this week, but the reality is I'm staying on a lake, so I can go paddle anytime I want to. Not the kind of a paddle you'd create a video for because it's a small lake, but it's still nice to get out. And I focused, whenever we've gotten out, to at least get out and get on the bikes, which is why we bring them down. So pretty much a cycling vacation this time. That's only 2 kilometers and it's already turning into dirt. So this is the Dromore Wildlife Management Area. There are hiking trails all over here. Again, they're hiking, not mountain biking trails though, so I'm going to stick to the, technically what are the dirt roads. There's a couple of different places we can go to explore anyway though. We'll see if we can check out a couple of trails, but I checked out one just a second ago, and it's all roots. It wouldn't be fun to ride in there. That's one of the nice things about the island. You don't have to go very far to find places to ride down here, and even stuff like this. I know it's not the Confederation Trail or single track, but it's still fun to ride. Definitely still worth hopping on the Giant rather than the Volt bike, because I like the suspension on this bike better. Plus it doesn't rattle as much as the Volt bike does. Although somebody posted a remedy to that I'm going to try when I get back to Ontario. It's a great little track. This one should be more interesting. This is just a loop that we're doing here, but this is not a main road. Now we're in the bush. Coming in here in a tractor though. See the skidders sticking the wood out. It's going to be a climb coming back out of here. This is all downhill. Holy crap. There's only one way out, the way I came in. Now it's getting dodgy. Many years ago, I used to... every time, tell me. Sure, this is just a big loop. And it's not. We get myself into trouble. I used to come down east many years ago with my dirt bikes down to Nova Scotia on a trail. We used to spend a lot of time riding on the skidder trails, which is obviously what this is. Not sure I want to go much further though. It's fun to poke around in the woods. I don't want to get bored. Dromore Forest Management Area. There's lots of hiking trails in there from what's on all trails. A renewable resource. Turn around again. I got a feeling this is going to come out where I actually just left off. We'll see. I think I'm running out of trail. Alright, now we're going to head over to the Confederation Trail. So they've got actually probably an 8-10 kilometer dirt road ride map. Still going to be a nice dirt road. And then we'll do 10 kilometers of the Confederation Trail. We've done a full loop of the forest now. Well, almost a full loop. We're not back to where we started yet, but once we get to the top of the hill, we will be. Well, we're leaving the Dromore Wildlife Trails, and now we're going to head over to the Confederation Trail. Now, Confederation Trail from here is going to be about 8 kilometers down this road, and then we'll head down the Confederation Trail. There is a closer access point to where we're staying, further down Avondale Road, but this will allow me to kind of do a loop and head back to the cottage. So. Maybe not. Get back in the head bad. All right, there's the Confederation Trail right in front of us. Now we'll head down to Cardigan. Back to the spot where we left off. Actually, on Monday, we rode from the head of Cardigan down to Georgetown. Really nice stretch of the Confederation Trail. With a beautiful destination. We stopped at the Whalehouse Inn, and then we actually stopped clam diggers in Cardigan on the way back. So made for a really enjoyable day, especially with the 2 stops. I do really like the Confederation Trail, though. It's obviously it's flat, makes it very easy to ride. You can cover a lot of distance quickly, and it covers the entire province. Actually, it's the old railroad lines across the province. So this is a great trail system. We've ridden quite a few sections of it. Again, this particular stretch is now a section I have never ridden before, although I have ridden the section directly below it down to Georgetown. Looks like the rain's holding up too. It's been good. It does come in handy having the Garmin. I've got a Garmin Edge 2, I think it is. It takes a little getting used to as far as programming is concerned, and understanding all the beeps. And now that I'm used to it, it's good. It does make it easier to plan these little routes. I don't always follow it, but it does make it easier. Mr. Butler would suggest I need it. I have always managed to find my way home, though, even before I had a Garmin. I think planning the routes in Garmin at least makes you aware of how far you're riding, which actually is kind of important when you're riding an e-bike like this Giant. Today's ride I'm fine, I'm not going to use all the juice. It's only 40 kilometers. I definitely got more range than that. But if I was planning something in the 80 kilometer range, I'd be a little bit more careful. And the Garmin allows you to figure out exactly how far you're going, so that part's handy. So this is my 4th ride on the island in the last 2 weeks. We are in Charlottetown for the next couple of days. Hopefully I'll get out around town, but I will definitely bring my bikes back again next year. We're down here every summer, and we'll probably find some new sections of trail to ride. I think of the 4 bike rides I've done this year, definitely the ride along Cavendish is my favorite. Although I really enjoyed the ride to Georgetown because of the destination. I thought that was beautiful there as well. But the ride along the ocean along Cavendish is actually a spectacular piece of coastline. So highly recommend any of the rides around the national parks. That one is actually very good. So is the one from Definitely by the Sea. And anywhere on the Confederation Trail is a good ride. Pretty much always have the trail to yourself, which is nice. There's lots of little bridges on the Confederation Trail. Actually, the longest bridge is over by St. Peter's. You can look at our video from last year, as a matter of fact. We've ridden that stretch of trail twice. Last year we rode from Morel down to Greenwich National Park. It's a beautiful bike ride. And you crossed a couple of very nice bridges out by St. Peter's Bay. And I think technically one of those bridges is the longest bridge on the Confederation Trail. We got some footage of that too. If you want to go and have a look, I'll put a link above. And that's a great bike ride because if you use Greenwich National Park as your destination, That is a beautiful national park. Definitely take the time to go and walk across the boardwalk, the floating boardwalk. And then there's a few spots in St. Peter's you can stop for lunch or have a pint like we did. There's a little bistro there, halfway point. We also rode from St. Peter's out to the lighthouse 2 years ago. Don't have any video of that, other than of the actual lighthouse itself, because the GoPro got stuck in time lapse. But anyway, that was also a very good bike ride. And I would do all of those bike rides again. Anyway, it looks like we're at 48th Road now. This is where we started on Monday, and from here we rode down to Georgetown. But now I'm going to head out and head back to where we started at the cottage. It's all pavement from here back to where I'm staying, so. Nice to ride a little bit more of Confederation Trail. Definitely a reason to bring your bike down to Prince Edward Island. So now I got a 10K ride into a headwind. Thank goodness I got an e-bike. That's a hill, holy crap. Don't ever say the PEI is flat. Not when you get into the interior, it's not. Doesn't look like I'm done climbing either. Wow. We're staying on the other side of the lake there. Last little climb, then it's up our road and back. Goodness, we're not riding into a headwind anymore. I got one more hill to climb and then we're back. You certainly appreciate an e-bike even more when you got to ride into a 30-kilometer-an-hour headwind while you're riding uphill. A whole 10-kilometer stretches like that. Anyway, it was nice to get out for a couple hours. 42-kilometer bike ride from Avondale up into the Dromore Forest Management Area. It's actually a wildlife management area. Ride some of the dirt roads and skidder trails up there. Then cut across to the Confederation Trail just south of Mount Stewart. And ride down to the head of Cardigan at 48 Road. 10-kilometer stretch of Confederation Trail is part of the ride, and then finally the 10K back here. So 2.5 hours in total because I stopped a couple times. Good ride, nice to get out. Unfortunately, probably my last ride while I'm on the island this year. I will be back in the fall to watch some soccer, but I won't be bringing the bikes. I guess we'll have to wait till next year before I can go explore more of the island. Anyway, if you like the ride, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. And we'll see you in our next video, which will probably be back in the kayak next weekend in Ontario. Anyway, thanks for watching. Great spot. We'll be back. As long as all safety will happen.